Once upon a time, in the heart of Lagos mainland, there lived a young couple named Deji and Sade Adeyemi. They were the kind of couple everyone admired, not because they were rich or famous, but because of how much they clearly loved each other. Deji was a strong man of faith in their church. He was always praying, while Sade was soft-spoken, deeply rooted in her faith, and heavily pregnant with their first child. Their joy was contagious. They had prayed for this child for years. As Sade was getting closer to her due date, the couple decided to register at Hopeview General Hospital. It was a government hospital not too far from their home. It wasn't the fanciest hospital, but it had a decent reputation and a senior matron known to be very accommodating and good due to her many years of experience. Matron Deborah Olowokere. What Deji and Sade didn't know was that Matron Deborah was leading a secret dark life. By day, Matron Deborah was respected and even feared for her strictness and clinical excellence. She knew every corridor, every nurse, and every patient's file. But by night, she was a powerful member of a witch coven. Despite being 50, Matron Deborah didn't look a day over 30. Every witch in this coven were required to make one form of sacrifice or the other every 3 months, be it a child, a spouse, the ability to have children, or even their body parts. But Matron Deborah had been given a different assignment to bring placentas of newborn babies to the coven. These placentas, considered sacred and tied to the baby's destiny in many African cultures, were used in dark rituals. The witches believed these rituals would give the babies good fortune and long life to Matron Deborah, making her healthier, richer, and almost ageless. She had been doing this for over 20 years, carefully, without suspicion. Sometimes the babies fell sick mysteriously, and sometimes nothing happened. But each time she delivered a placenta to the coven, she felt stronger and more powerful. On a bright Tuesday morning, Sade went into labor. Deji was by her side, Bible in hand, praying quietly. The nurses wheeled Sade into the delivery ward as Deji remained outside, praying in tongues, pacing back and forth in the corridor. Matron Deborah entered the room. Her smile was forced. The moment she laid eyes on Sade, her spirit grew uneasy. She felt uncomfortable inside her. There was something different about this woman. She could feel it. She leaned closer to a junior nurse named Chioma and whispered, "Get the black disposable bag ready for the placenta." Chioma nodded, not finding anything suspicious. Inside, Sade struggled with labor. The baby's heartbeats dropped, then went up again. The lights flickered for a moment, which went unnoticed by the medical team. But Matron Deborah's eyes narrowed. She tried to get Deji to leave, telling him there were problems and he should go home to get some things. But Deji refused. His prayers got even louder. Hours passed. The delivery was tough, but eventually, with sweat on her face and tears running down her cheeks, Sade gave birth to a healthy baby boy. Deji shouted with joy, raising his hands in thanks to God. As the placenta was delivered, Chioma followed the normal protocol. She double-bagged it, labeled it with Sade's name, and placed it on the clean-up table. But when Chioma stepped out quickly to assist another patient, Matron Deborah quickly slipped back into the room, grabbed the black nylon bag, and hid it in her personal office, locking the door. Later, Deji came back and asked for the placenta. "It's our tradition," he explained. "We want to bury it ourselves." Chioma nodded and went to get it, but it was gone. Chioma panicked. "Sir, I I don't understand. I labeled it. I put it in the bag myself." Matron Deborah entered just in time, her face calm. "It must have been thrown away by mistake," she said. These things happen sometimes. Deji's eyes grew dark. His spirit stirred. He felt something deep inside him was wrong. He held his wife's hand tightly and whispered, "This isn't ordinary." They demanded a search. The hospital staff members combed the entire cleanup area, yet nothing. Then Deji dropped to his knees in the hallway, speaking in unknown tongues. The atmosphere changed. The air grew tense. A strange heat filled the maternity ward. Matron Deborah, seated in her office, began to sweat uncontrollably. She stood, gasping for air. Her hands trembled. The walls of her office seemed to be closing in on her. She tried to leave the office, but her legs gave out. The power of Deji's prayer held her spirit tightly. Then she screamed. The entire ward went silent as Matron Deborah stumbled out, her hair messy, her uniform soaked. She fell to the floor in front of Deji and Sade, crying, "I took it. I took your baby's placenta. I have taken so many over the years. I used them to gain immortality, to feed the coven. Please forgive me." Everyone in the ward gasped in shock and disbelief, with their eyes wide open. Nurses put their hands over their chests. Chioma stepped back, horrified. "God's fire." It was too much. It burned through every part of my spirit, she said. Deji knelt beside her, tears in his eyes, but his voice steady. "The Lord is a consuming fire. Every secret shall be exposed." Security was called, and Matron Deborah was arrested on the spot. Deji and Sade left the hospital the next day with their baby and finally the placenta at hand. The hospital was investigated. Records showed that dozens of placenta had gone missing over the years. Other mothers came forward, sharing their own strange experiences. Hope's View reputation crumbled, but for Deji and Sade, their experience became a powerful story, one they shared at churches, seminars, and hospitals. "Be watchful," Deji would say. "Pray over your childbirth experience. Choose your hospital carefully and never stop praying." In a world where evil can hide behind kind faces and uniform, being spiritually alert is not just an option, it is a necessity. Your watchfulness can protect not just you, but generations yet unborn. Subscribe to Folktales by Unique for more true Nigerian and African stories that teach and shock.